Hey, I'm Eric. I'm listening to 100 albums in 100 days. For all the details on what I'm doing and why, check out the video pinned in my profile. Today I listened to the 1986 album The Queen is Dead from The Smiths. So a couple of weeks ago, one of my best friends from high school was in town, and we were sitting around one night talking about this project. I was telling him what I was doing, and he wanted to know what all was on the list, and so we were talking about different albums on the list, and the overall consensus was there was a lot of things on the list that we wouldn't have given the time of day to in the 80s when we were teenagers. Just because we liked our hair bands and our metal, and we were both guitar players, and if it didn't fall inside of those, those walls, we just didn't give it any time of day. And the reason he brought that up was because he just recently saw The Cure in concert and just said how rabid their fan base was still, and how it was a great show, and how in high school we didn't give The Cure the time of day. And we also and as we were talking about that, we brought up this album from today, and subsequently the album that I'm listening to tomorrow, which is Morrissey. When we're in high school, these kind of bands, these kind of groups and albums weren't even on our radar because we were so blinders on listening to hard rock and heavy metal. And so I had some, I don't want to say high hopes, but I had some medium-sized hopes for this album for sure, and for tomorrow's album from Morrissey, just because I know the Smiths have a pretty large fan base and loyal fans, and so does Morrissey. So I kind of had some medium hopes as I listened to this today. And when I heard the first track, the opening track, which is the title track of the album, The Queen is Dead, that's a great song. I really like that song, and it gave me hope for the rest of the album, and those hopes were kind of dashed. There was some stuff here and there on the album that I liked. I liked the final track, which is Some Girls Are Bigger Than Others. I really liked that song. And there was a couple, I think the middle song was called I Know It's Over. I think it's what it is. It's a pretty slow, sad song. And the rest of it I just could not grab a hold of. After the title track, I thought we were in for a great ride, and then it just kind of slowed down and kind of got, I don't know, indie pop, I guess is what you would call it. I don't know what their category they fall into. So I didn't really identify with too much of it outside the title track and the very last track, and then the one I mentioned, which I can't remember the name. I think it's called I Know It's Over, I can't remember. I think it's the third song on the album. Other than that, it just wasn't a lot for me to grab onto. I know this is their third album, I believe. And I kind of, bands have a fan base for a reason, and I feel like the Smiths and Morrissey have a pretty good size loyal following, and so it makes me kind of like I felt with the Beatles the other day when I didn't get it at first, and then took a couple of listens, and I listened to this album 2 times through, and then a couple of songs more than that, and I still didn't grab a hold of anything. But and this was the album I read this was their best album. So I don't know if I just picked the wrong album, or if I need to go listen to other albums, or I'm just not going to be a Smiths fan. I don't know. I may listen to another album just to see if I'm wrong, and maybe I'll like another album. Maybe I'll like Morrissey tomorrow. I don't know. We'll find out tomorrow for sure. I probably won't listen to this album again. Like I said, there's 2 or 3 songs that I really liked. I don't know that I like them enough to put them on a playlist. That's not true. I'm making one big playlist for this project, so The Queen is Dead will be on that playlist for sure. But as far as just everyday listening playlist that I have, I don't know that I'll put anything on there from this. You know, that's just the way it is. So if you're a Smith fan, you can tell me another album to listen to. Maybe I can check that out and see if I can change my my mind about the Smiths. If you haven't listened to it, ask me after I listen to Morrissey tomorrow. I might recommend that more than I recommend this, but right now I mean, if you just want to hear something new and different, this is the album to listen to. But I don't know that I'll ever listen to it again. So if you do and you like it or like part of it, let me know.